9 Alpha Tango 791.
Yeah, Johnny in Australia, 03. You want to find a frequency, over?
Yeah, let's go down to 530. Hopefully it's clear down there, QSL.
QSL. Very good morning, Joe.
Kilo November 03. Good to hear you out there, buddy. Haven't heard you for a while. You're sounding Q5 as usual.
Yeah, you're 5 and 7, 5 and 8. Very big strong signal this morning, over.
Yeah, I got you 9 and 10. 9 and 10 sounding Q5. Great audio as usual. I hope you're having a good morning down that way.
Yeah, I haven't cracked my first cup of coffee yet. Beautiful blue sky outside, not a cloud in the sky, and looks like it's going to be a wonderful day in paradise, over.
You gotta love that, a paradise down under, man. And I know it's into your fall months now, but it's still feeling like summer down there. I'm sure. I just looked at the temperature here. It's 9 degrees, 9 degrees Celsius, partly clouds. There's a few clouds in the sky and sunshine, so I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, it's sounding really nice, and hopefully it starts warming up really soon. Yeah, I think today's temperature's 30 degrees forecast for today, over.
Wow, 30 degrees. Holy smokers, man. That is warm, yeah. Hey, what part of Australia were you in again? I forget.
Yeah, I'm on the east coast on the pointy bit. Cairns, Charlie Alpha India, Romeo Nancy Sarah. On the pointy bit of Australia, over.
Oh, yeah, right. You're in the tropics. I remember that, Cairns. When I think of Cairns, I think of tropical.
Oh, it's definitely tropical. That's an understatement, sorry.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, I love the tropics, so hey, I would love that part of Australia for sure.
Yeah, it's hot. And there's the only difference between summer and winter. It's hot, it's wet in summer, and winter is hot and dry, over.
Yeah, that's beautiful though, man. You can grow everything there too, man. Coconuts, all that stuff, right?
Oh yeah, coconut, chocolate, coffee, it all grows there, over.
I love it, man. I love it. I'm a gardener. So, man, if I lived there, man, I'd be growing all that good stuff to eat, the tropical fruit. Yum.
Oh yeah, definitely. Look, if you've got a little small farm, you'd love it up here. You would. You honestly love it. And plenty of water. It'll rain all the time, and you'll definitely love it. And good for the deer. It's bloody marvelous for the deer, brother.
Oh yeah, no, you're blasting in, man. You are blasting in, sounding good. No, you always come in Q5, so I know that's a good location. It's like me on the north end of this island. I'm on the very northern tip of our island here, surrounded by water, so it does help to have the Pacific Ocean around us.
Yeah, well, definitely. You are a good location up there. I hear you most days. I don't log you a lot of times because you get sick of hearing me as well. So I'm starting to cut back on news and the radio. I just do a lot of listening now, have I?
Yeah, I kind of just hang out on 555. I do listen, and I'm always listening for far-off stations and see where we're going to talk to next, but sometimes I just like to just sit there and see what I can hear. Even on those quiet days, you know, you never know who's going to be in there listening. But yeah, and what was your antenna again? I remember I'm running the 3-element serial flat side Yagi.
Yeah, I'm running a 5-element flat side Yagi. Dual drive. A dual drive. 5-element Yagi. That's what I'm using. That's what I said.
That's right, man. Wow, sounding good, man. Oh yeah, good audio too. You gotta love it.
Yeah, I copy my radio. I copy 7300, and as you know, I do run quite a bit of power.
That's okay. You're allowed to do that. Nobody's going to bother you. Back in the day, we weren't allowed to do it because we'd have the Department of Communications coming down on us, but they don't really monitor 11-meter band now, so I think most people always have a little bit of horsepower going through the antenna.
Oh yeah, actually it's been interesting. I've been watching a lot of what's going on in America. I don't know if you've been watching. Apparently, the Trump administration, I know you have these big departments, but they're cutting the Department of Communications, or the FCC. It's got cut a lot of regulations on transmission. So it might become very interesting on 11 meters and all the other bands as well, over.
Oh, that's interesting. I never heard that. So what, they're going to monitor it more, and they're not going to monitor it?
Monitor it less. They've got to cut their funding. They're going to, well, not cut their funding, but cut a wastage in their department. And so it also has a big effect on the ham band. Maybe they're going to reduce the, what would I say? the regulations, it may turn out to be just, you go in and get a pipe license, but if you misbehave on those fans, they will nail you to the wall, over.
Ah, that's interesting. Okay. Okay, because most of us here, I mean, you're running a Kenwood, or an ICOM, sorry, that is a ham radio. And what I have here is also a ham radio with 11 meter band in it. This one goes from 24 to 32, and I know yours probably goes from 0 to maybe 50 or something.
Yeah, 0 to 69, I think it goes to, with the motor, and 3 wheels and all the way. But yeah, it looks like they may be reducing the regulations and all the other stuff. So it's definitely a very interesting video. It's floating around on YouTube as well, Anna.
I'll have to watch that, because, years ago, these were, we had regulations here too in Canada. And, back in the 70s and 80s, we had to have a license. And if I remember correctly, I think the license was good for 3 years, and you have to have a call number. And they did away with that quite a few years ago, so they don't really monitor anything here. I mean, maybe if you're coming over off interfering with a radio station or something, then maybe they come down on you. But nope, they don't seem to bother you anymore.
Yeah, I noticed that. Some of the guys in the States, I listened to those fellas, holy moly, those power. I thought I was bad. They're 30 kilowatts, some of those fellas, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Some of those guys are running like 10,000 watts and stuff like that. I talked to one guy one day, he was running 8,000 watts. Unbelievable. I mean, I have power here, but nothing like that. I got in front of me a Texas Star 500. Right now I'm using just a small one, an RM 203P K, just that little 200 watt kicker on sideband. So that's all I got. What are you running there for horsepower? Quite a bit?
Yeah, I run a 811H, the 4-tube job, the 811H, and it works really well, huh?
Yeah, it's clean too. Really, really clean. I'd never know you're running power.
Oh, thanks for that, yeah. That's good to know that it's definitely working and sounding nice, huh?
Yeah, because some guys run power, and you know what I mean? They're overdriven, and it's just not good. But yours is very, very clean. I hope I sound half as good as you. I'm running the D104 Lollipop mic, but I do have it turned down.
Yeah, it sounds good. Look, you sound the same. Every time I hit 50, you sound the same. So don't touch anything. It's sounding really good. And I'm only driving about maybe 30, 50 watts into the amplifier. So it's not hard driven at all, Ada.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. Beautiful. Yeah, I got my radio turned way down. I think it's probably, I don't know, maybe just under 10 watts or something like that. So not a whole lot. But yeah, and especially if you got it going through a beam, man, it's like, wow. And you got yours going through that big beam, so that helps even more.
Oh yeah, it definitely works. The antenna works good. I'm talking to some people about doing an upgrade on replacing the antenna, going full, maybe 5-element delta loop, and add that to the tower as well, huh?
Oh yeah, they're nice antennas too. But man, what you're running sounds pretty darn good. I tell you, these Yagi seem to get out. And like I say, mine's just a small one. It's just a 3-element. Boom on it's only, I think, maybe 9 feet. You must have a pretty good boom on yours.
Yeah, 5.4 meter boom. 5.4 meter boom. It's actually very small, considering what it is. My friend in my area, he runs a 6-element long boom, and the gain on that is really awesome. So I don't know if I should extend the boom and make go longer or do an upgrade, huh?
Well, I tell you what, man. I mean, personally, I look at your signal here, and you're 20 over consistently, really. You sound like you're sitting next to me.
Yeah, okay. This is a hard decision. This is definitely a hard decision. I made a decision last night to go delta loop, but now you're telling me that it's good. So maybe I should just wait another 12 months and decide then, over?
Yeah, wouldn't that be the worst thing? You put up an antenna you think it's going to get out better, and you come in with less signal strength? Because I tell you, man, I mean, I'd be happy with that. God, 20 over consistently. You are like, that is a great station you got there, man. Awesome signal. Audio, I mean, Q5 all the way.
Yeah, okay, yeah, all right. I might have to sit on this for a little while. I know I get big signals into Europe as well. The guys over there saying, I'm one of the most consistent and sometimes the only station they hear from Australia. So it must be working well, Ada.
Oh, yeah, it's working. It's working. Did you ever talk to Giancarlo, 1 Alpha Tango 027 in Italy? He's got a pretty big beam antenna.
Yeah, I think it's got a 9-element or something like that. Huge big tower. I saw the photo of it,
Yeah, same with me. He blasts in here, that guy, all the time. Whenever I get Europe, he is just literally shaking the radio.
He shakes everybody. I think he rattles everybody. It's a beautiful setup he's got. Big tower, and the pyramid looks like a tower as well. So, that's a lot of money up in there, Albert.
Oh, yeah, he's northern Italy, and yeah, he's got the power, and he's got the tower, and he's got that beam too, so hey, he definitely gets out, no doubt about it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, that's one of the bigger aerials I've seen on 11 metres. It's really nice, but Albert.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love to, find out what people are running. I worked a station in Guatemala today, and he was slamming in here. So, and I thought for sure the guy's running some big beam antenna, and he said, nope, just an Antron 99 with 200 watts.
Yeah, well, that's a guy in Asia, I'm not saying Asia, and he's running a wire Yagi. It's really good, over.
That's amazing, isn't it, eh? It's amazing what some antennas are, how they're made, and some people make them themselves. I talked to a guy in Philippines one time, and he had his bamboo elements with wire around it, and he was blasting in here.
Yeah, actually talking about that, I just saw that on Facebook. Someone posted a picture of this bamboo quad, a 12-element bamboo quad, over.
That's what I talked to this guy. He had I'm sure he said it was a bamboo quad, and this guy was in Southeast Asia. I think it was Philippines, if I remember. It's like, unbelievable. This guy was slamming in here too. I probably, he had it tuned down nicely. And I said, give yourself a pat on the back, because you're the only guy I've ever talked to with a bamboo antenna.
Yeah, see, Mother Nature, necessity is the mother invention. Those bamboo quad, I saw it on Facebook, I was surprised at that. And they showed it and everything. It was really good, Adam.
Yeah, like you say, Mother Nature does have a lot to do with it too. Propagation, right? Propagation's good. Hey, and it's amazing where you can talk just on a small antenna. Even in my truck, my little truck, I got a Tram 300 mag mount on the roof, and I talk all over Europe on that thing. If the conditions are right, not a problem. When they're not, well, I don't. But it's amazing talking to Europe on that dinky little antenna.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people in Europe use verticals only, I know. When I heard that, I thought, it's perfect, but they were all on verticals, and they were 5.9 booming in here. And there's a lot of mobile stations as well. They're getting hammered. They're going to the top of the hills. And, then it's all mountain top. And the guys up there are working the DX up there, and they're getting it really good, over.
Yeah, you're right. And I talked to people in Australia running mobiles too. One guy parks near the water, and I said, man, Australia is a hell of a long way from the Pacific coast to Canada. I don't know, 14,000 kilometers. And I said, you're making it across the pond on that dinky little antenna. It's like unbelievable.
Yeah, was he running any power? Was he barefoot, over?
Yeah, I think he was running some power, but not a lot of power. And I've talked to Australia in mine too. I'm running 200 whiskeys in my truck, really old radio. I bought the radio in 79, so it's just a modified 11 meter band radio with the uppers in it. But like I say, cheap antenna. I think I paid like $60 for that mag mount. It's like, I wasn't sure how good it was going to get out, but when the conditions are right, he can talk.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if you've heard this, the 117 division is active by a 90 Paco station, and he is using like a handheld walkie-talkie. I don't know how many watts he puts out, but 11 meter handheld, and he's working the DX on that, over.
Unreal. That is crazy. I once worked DX on my one of my handheld walkie-talkies, 6-channel 4-watt Radio Shack walkie-talkie. That was back in the late 1970s. And if I remember correctly, it was a guy down in Arkansas. I remember climbing up to the top of a tall tree. I would have been about 15 years old. So I climbed up to about 80 foot tall up in this big cedar tree. And I tried calling Skipland, and a guy came back to me. He was like, holy cow, on my walkie-talkie.
Yeah, yeah, well, back then, at the DX, it was amazing, actually, the DX in the 70s. It was unbelievable. But apparently, talking to the old fellas, the old hams, they're long dead now, but when I was in my 20s and 30s, they said in the 50s, the DX in the 50s, you could have talked on a piece of wet string because the cycle was so strong, over.
Wow, that is so cool. I didn't realize that. I do remember the cycle in the 70s, though, because I was talking 1977 I got into this, and late 70s, man, I'd turn it on in the morning, early morning, there was skip, and then I'd come home from school, and there'd be skip, and then I'd go to work for my part-time job, get home a little later, and it'd be rolling into like about 10 at night.
Yeah, it was, yeah, we don't get DX like that anymore, I don't know why. I think those were the two peak cycles, the best cycles we've ever had for radio, ever.
Yeah, I think so. And you know, it came in so strong, you could barely talk across the street. The DX signals were so, you know, so powerful. It was tough to talk local. I remember that. And you know, I love Skip. I really love Skip, but there was a few local stations. Some nights I really could not talk to them because there was too much Skip.
Yeah, that's amazing, eh? That is really amazing. I know if you go on Space, the US site, the Space Weather, SWS or something they call it, you can actually go back and look at the old cycles. You can go back and see what they were like in the past, over.
Oh, that's cool. That would be really cool to see that. Man, that brings back memories, you know? And you know, back then, in the 77, when I started out, I had a little 40-channel AM with a power supply, and it didn't even have a digital. It was like kind of the first 40 channel, just black numbers with a little light behind it. TRC 452 and a Radio Shack half-wave antenna. That was it.
Yeah, I remember those. Yeah, geez, I remember those things. Yeah, it's amazing that they're all 40 channels with a little light in, and if you had to look under to make sure you could see the numbers correctly. But yeah, and then I got a Super Panther, the 40 channel Super Panther, and then Australia, that's really stupid. They went 18 channels. They used 145045 and 995, but the rest of the world didn't have it. It was a pain in the ass, over.
Oh, that's interesting. I had no idea. And I used to talk to, on sideband, I used to talk, when I got my first sideband radio in February 1978, which I still have in front of me, TRC 458, I used to work Australia I've worked them on my half wave, and just after 1978, I put up a 2-element V-quad beam, and I used to talk to Australia between channel, it would have been channel 31 and 40 on lower sideband.
Yep, that's what we always say. Channel 35 was our unofficial call channel. The original, the fifth channel, channel 16, is actually still the official call channel here in Australia. But it was good. It was good. You could talk to everybody in the car. It was a lot of fun back in the old days, ever. Yeah,
I remember 35 still. I still talk to Australia. If I go down below 405, I often talk to Aussie stations on 355. 5 lower sideband, and back in the day when we had our 40 channel, just the 40 channel radio, channel 14 to 17 in Canada was sideband, 16 was a call channel, and then with the 40 channel, of course, it was 31 to 40 were also sideband channels.
Yeah, that's right. And I don't know, channel 8, 11 was the call channel. 085 AM, that was the AM call channel, ever.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, because ours was channel 19. 19 was the call channel here, and 17 was a truckers channel in the U.S. Channel 1 was a Canadian truckers channel, and 9 was emergency channel.
Yeah, well, channel 40 is a trucking channel, even on UHF. So they've got channel 40 on UHF as well as 27 meg. That's the trucking channel. Everybody calls that the trucking channel. So if you're travelling on the highway, you put your radio on channel 40, and you can talk to truck drivers and get all the radar information as you're driving down the highway, over.
Oh, that's pretty cool that they're actually still using it. How about that? I didn't think there was many truckers that are even into the CB radio anymore. I thought most of them probably had self or iPhones or whatever, but hey, that's really cool. I mean, you remember back in the 70s how big Citizens Band radio was? My God, everybody seemed to have them.
I don't know what just happened. I got a strange, Spanish voice just popped up out of nowhere, over.
Yeah, I think I got a bit. It looks like it's changing. Looks like propagation's changing. But hey, anyway, I don't want to tie it up too much longer. Always a pleasure to talk to you, my friend. I always enjoy a nice long QSO. You know what I mean? So hey, well, we better pass you the numbers. Get out there and work some more DX today. I know it's just the start of your day, and here it is It's around 3:47 p.m. in the afternoon. So hey, buddy, have a good day. Cheers and beers to you. And we'll listen for you again there, 43 Kilo, November 03, Cairns, Australia. 9 Alpha Tango, 791, Gulf Islands. Wave until next time.
Yeah, okay, pleasure. I'll give you that website. It's SWTC. NOAA web page, and it gives you the space weather forecast as well. And it looks like we did have a strong storm, and it looks like we're going to get another one today, or predicted for today. So G2 today, moderate. So all right, you have a lovely day. And well, evening, I just say, local time, by the way, is 8:45 a.m. on Saturday morning. All right, you have a lovely day. Nice catching up with you again. Beautiful signal, 5 and 9 steady. That was just information. So 72 out. Catch you later.
All right, my friend. Catch you later. Always a pleasure, buddy. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.